guys, it's your girl Dedicated Diva, and welcome to another homeschooling podcast chat. Now, I was in a Facebook group today and I was basically blown away. There was a mother that came into chat, and you know how it tags everyone that's new, so everyone that's already in the group will know that you have a newbie in. So, you know, we try to go in and answer all questions that anybody have, but newbies, you want to make sure that they get their questions answered to the best of your ability. And so the question was basically, what do she wanted to know, what do she do from the point she's at? And everyone was basically, telling her to go a little bit more into detail. So she edited a post and she put in the comments that she edited a post. And when I went back to read, it was basically stating that she was new to homeschooling. And before I even keep going, this is the reason why it's so important that everyone understand the definitions to homeschooling, online schooling. Yeah, you need to get your definitions down so you know what you're going to. She basically had pulled her kids out of their regular brick and mortar school and she had pulled them into a homeschooling environment. Now, she signed up through an umbrella school. So, we're just going to say that umbrella school was ABC Academy. So, she said basically, I signed up through ABC Academy, which is the umbrella academy. And she wanted to know when the books would come in and when do she get to speak with teachers. Now, for all of us that has been homeschooling for a while, no matter if you're homeschooling or you're doing the online schooling route, we all know when you're going through an umbrella school, this is basically where you report the grades and attendance to here in my state. The umbrella school that she was speaking of, I'm a part of. And the only thing that we report back to them is attendance and grades. And so everyone was basically like, you don't get any teachers or curriculum, courses or anything like that. They provide it and you have to pay for it, but you don't get anything like that with this method, of homeschooling. And everyone was asking her, like, are you talking about like an online school? Are you sure that you signed up? And she was like, she's sure that she signed up. And it just basically blew everybody's mind because you mean to tell me that you made sure that your kids were in this ABC Academy, which is not the name, but that's just a filler. But you made sure that your kids were in ABC Academy and not one time did you actually speak to a person if you were confused. Now, this goes on to show that the lines between online schooling and homeschooling are totally blurred. That's why on this channel I try to go so much in depth with the differences between online schooling and homeschooling. At first, I used to say, oh, online school, just because that's what we were a part of initially. But once I started to see the confusion, I switched up quick and I start putting the definitions where they go. If you're getting into anything, you need to know the difference between an umbrella school, an online school, homeschool, to the traditional the traditional method of homeschooling or independent homeschooling and umbrella schooling, private schooling. You need to know the difference. So when everyone ended up speaking to her and telling her to basically what she signed up for, she was like, "Oh, well, we'll just deal with it." And everyone will start sending her curriculums and different things of that sort. But I can guarantee you in another 6 months, and I made sure that I saved the post so I'll be able to go back and just search for her every now and then. It's either gonna be where she's in over her head, or she don't feel like she should have to pay for a curriculum, and that's gonna be a whole thing. It's a lot of people that don't understand how much of a funk that you put an organization in, or just say you put that academy in, and you don't know what type of funk that you put your kids in. Because just say, for instance, you go on a rant online and she goes, well, I went to ABC Academy and they didn't do anything for me, and they didn't help me with this, and they didn't help me with that, all because you didn't do your due diligence to research what you should have researched. When you're getting into anything, especially with your kids, you need to do the research that you need to do. Take down contact information, talk with people. And I know for a fact, because I'm with the same academy that she's with. If she had took her time, and they have a chat at the bottom of their website, if would have taken her time to actually talk with someone before just jumping head first, when I tell you, the people that works at this academy is super duper nice and sweet. They even call you, just say for instance, if you stay in a certain county or you stay in a certain city, whoever is closer to you that's affiliated with that academy, they will even call you. So if they have to meet you in person to go over some things at a library or at a public place, they'll be able to do so. They will even Zoom call you if they had to. For you just to jump head first, I can't even explain how frustrated I was. And I inboxed her, letting her know that if you don't think that this is going to be something for you, there's other alternatives. If you wanted to be in the online school setting where everything is scheduled, there's a method for you to go that way. There's some online public school routes where some things are scheduled, but other things are kind of laid back. You have the private school, you have curriculums. You basically need to know what you are doing before you jump head first. And I told her that she needed to start really researching alternatives just in case, because if she wanted her kiddos in a structured setting with classes starting and everyone, almost online schools have a waiting list, you need to make sure that they're in there on that waiting list. And if there's not a waiting list, you need to make sure you have everything that you need to have to get your kiddos started. Don't let them be set back just because you you made a mistake and you didn't read into things the way that you should have. So this was just a podcast to you guys, letting you guys know the differences. And this is why I always do a podcast here on this channel, the differences in homeschooling, online schooling, for this reason.